Step number 1. At approximately 9 o'clock on the evening of October 23rd, year not specified, a black sedan pulled up in front of 237 Baker Street. A one-time attorney, George Christo, entered the premises. At about the same time, a second automobile arrived. This one driven by a man known as Willie B.
Where's Joe?
I don't know. Just got here.
Give me a minute, huh? Be right there.
Yeah, Joe.
Timmy, I know your ma's always told you to tell the truth, but you wouldn't want me to get hurt, would you?
Was you a bad man, Uncle Joe?
Yeah, real bad. So let's make a deal. We don't say nothing to nobody about this, okay?
They wouldn't hurt you for killing a bad man, would they?
Sometimes they don't give you a chance to tell them. So you and me, we say nothing.
To nobody.
Joe, we're here.
You come quick, too. I got jammed up this time. You can fix it, George?
Maybe. How big is the jam?
Almost as big as the retainer right there. I shoved Benny across.
Benny Carmen?
I'll say this, Joe, it's not like a parking ticket.
That kind of advice I can get for free. Now, give me some expensive kind.
You just dropped the bomb. Let me come up out of the shelter.
Why, Joe? How come you done it?
You know why. That punk's been putting the pressure on me too much lately. Ever since they had him up in front of that committee, he's been carrying a piece of pipe.
So what's the difference? He had as much dirt under his fingernails as you do. He couldn't blow no whistle.
Come over here every night. Drink my booze. Tell me what a great guy he was. How he was thinking of spilling his guts to the DA. He makes a big squeal and they'll pin a gold star on him or
It was a
something.
long time ago, Joe. Nobody cares anymore.
Them committees care. Them tax guys care. Besides, he's here to work it out, not you.
Any witnesses, Joe?
Yeah, one.
Who?
The boy.
Your godson. 8-year-old boy with big eyes and a mouth to match.
He won't say a word to anyone.
What'd you do? Make him sign a paper? Joe, you're a fool. You got yourself in up to your elbows. He's not even your own son, but you make sure he's got a grandstand seat at a murder.
Now, you ain't a lawyer either, but I pay you, don't I? I didn't know the kid was in the house.
We can make sure he wasn't.
Nobody's gonna touch that kid. I told you, he won't say anything.
All right, Joe, you turn yourself in right away. Get acquitted. After that, the kid can show color movies of you killing Benny. They can't touch you for it.
You make it sound easy.
It's in the books. They call it double jeopardy.
Sounds important enough to mean something. How do I get off so I can use it?
Willie here saw it, too. And you swear it was self-defense.
Step number 2. At 9:45, I arrived with first-grade detective Frank Lavelle. I'm Assistant District Attorney Al Bonacorsi.
Mr. Bonacorsi.
Christo?
You know my client.
Danzig, I know, yeah. What are you playing now, theatrical agent? That's the only way he could be a client.
Habit. You know how it is, Al.
How long has it been since you were disbarred?
Why?
We weren't on a first-name basis then, either. You want to make a statement, Danzig?
My name is Joseph Danzig. I live here. I got nothing more to say on the advice of my counsel.
When did Willie pass the bar?
On the advice of my counsel, I got nothing more to say.
Look, 30 minutes ago, you called the 6th Precinct and reported the murder. You named yourself as the killer. We believe you. Now, what's all this with the 5th?
Mr. Danzig has nothing more to say. He admits guilt. He'll stand trial as quickly as possible.
I'll get a flag and gavel. Maybe we can hold it right now.
We'll be at your disposal when it's time for the arraignment.
Let me guess. The plea is self-defense.
It'll be entered when it's time. I'm sure you'll be notified.
The only way you can get into a courthouse is to pay a fine. Who's going to represent him?
Mr. Danzig will be his own counsel.
Up until now, I couldn't figure how Willie here fits into it. You've thought of everything.
What?
When Danzig gets to court, somebody's gonna have to hold his idiot cards. How'd it go? DA wants a dismissal. Figured, didn't it? Yeah. This hoodlum Danzig, we've been trying to get him into court the past 10 years. Now he wants to walk right in of his own volition. And we gotta tell him no. But what did the boss think? Double jeopardy? And he's right. We let that punk get in front of a jury with this, we might lose him for good. Look, we don't know that he wouldn't draw a guilty verdict. We don't know that he would. Anyway, we all agree we can't take it to court. No, they got what they wanted, didn't they? Not quite. When we do make him, we can still try him. And we got half a chance. How so? I made a deal with the boss. He can hold off the dismissal for 36 hours. It's just about enough time to check out his phone number. That's all we have. Get Shannon. Step number 3. Special Investigator Shannon was called to a meeting in the usual place. The back room of my uncle's wig shop on West 46th Street.
Benny should have been found face down in the Hudson or some empty lot.
That's it. Danzig makes the murder call himself. Cops out that he did it. Hands over the murder weapon. The whole enchilada on a silver tray. It's too neat. This bit about him being his own counsel. Now, Al doesn't go along with me. But I think he and his jailhouse lawyer were working for a dismissal going in.
How about Willie B? Think he'll send up a flare?
Only part he fits is the witness. Danzig will plead self-defense. Willie will perjure himself from here to New Rochelle.
36 hours. I doubt if I could check his credit rating in that time.
As it stands now, Danzig figures he'll be acquitted. We're probably right on the target with Willie B. But we can't prove it.
But why this sprint to the courtroom? Unless maybe Danzig thinks this rap could give him future trouble.
New evidence. Something. Once he's acquitted under the Jeopardy statute, he's home free. We can't touch him.
Maybe a witness, a legit one.
Wouldn't Danzig eliminate any witness?
Could be it's someone he won't. Somebody who could testify against him. It can't be one of his playmates. He wouldn't talk. It can't be a stranger. He wouldn't live.
It's a start. Pick it up. See if it goes anywhere.
Pretty thin, Al. I'm gonna need more time than we got.
That's what I told the DA when he offered me 24 hours. The newspapers are going to be pushing for Danzig's trial. We can't hold him off.
Okay. I'll nose around. Where do you two come up with cases like this? You couldn't stumble onto them by accident.
This is a first-class operation, Shannon. Good hours, good pay, interesting work.
You sound like a recruiting poster. You didn't leave out a thing. I've even got a 3-day pass. Like to buy some magazines.
Help yourself. I got them all.
These all the latest issues?
You bet. Hey, what do you think about this space stuff?
I never bothered to read it. Why?
I want to tell you, it won't be long before we'll all be up there in space. Every man, woman, and child.
That's so?
You bet. It says here them spaceships have already been up to the sun. That's quite a piece, you know.
Uh-huh.
Millions of miles. Millions of miles. It's going to take a long time to get up there. Millions of miles.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
You bet. And this ain't going to be no weekend trip, you know. Even if those planes go 10,000 miles an hour, it's going to take some time. We got to face up to it, boy. We're all going to Mars.
Okay. How much so you?
Well, you get a lot of magazines there. You want all of them, huh?
We got to have something to read on the trip, don't I? Here, it's all covered.
Step number 4. Posing as a magazine salesman, Shannon began a regular check of the residents of Danzig's neighborhood. To his neighbors, Danzig was a quiet, respectable citizen. Shannon could find no hint of a problematical witness. He kept at it for the remainder of that day without success.
Yes?
How do you do? I represent the Waterbury Publishing Company. I'd sure like to interest you in taking a subscription to one of our fine magazines.
Well, I don't know.
I think you'll find some exciting and interesting stories in this one. Stories by the top authors now writing in the magazine field. I think you'll like this one.
The Open Road for Boys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had that woman's magazine. Here. How about this one? Now, it's loaded with wonderful recipes, the latest styles, everything a woman could want.
Uh-huh.
I think you'll be interested to know that one of your neighbors, Mr. Joe Danzig, took a subscription to this one.
Don't know him. If I take it, do I have to pay for it now?
No, we bill you with the second issue.
Fine. Come on in, and I'll fill out the blank.
Now, that won't be necessary. Here, you can have this one. I'll take your name off the mailbox downstairs.
Well, don't I have to sign for it or anything?
No, not a thing. That's the way we work.
You're the funniest magazine salesman I've ever met.
Yes, ma'am. I got to go along with you there.
And that's the way it went. Shannon stubbornly maintained his front as a magazine salesman. Carefully, he would lead his prospective buyers into conversation about Danzig. Still, he could come up with no information.
How are you, sir? I represent the Waterbury Publishing Company. I'd sure like to interest you in taking a subscription to one of our fine magazines.
No, I don't believe so today.
Well, sir, I'm trying for a bonus. You see, I've signed up almost everybody on this side of the street, and I'd be grateful if I could sell you.
Well, I buy most of ours on the stands, you know.
I've signed up the Wilsons, the Rossettis, the Danzigs.
Joe Danzig?
Yes, sir, he's taking 2 subscriptions.
Well, I'm not surprised to hear that. Him and that kid of his. Let me tell you something. He invited my boy to his place to a birthday party. You know what he gives every youngster there?
No, sir.
A full cowboy suit. My kid was after me for months to get him one. Then his bird Danzig hands one to each kid at the party.
You say he has a boy?
Yeah, it's not his real kid, the godson, something like that. His name's Timmy. Boy, he sure made me look like a bum in front of my own son. I don't know where he gets the money to do a thing like that. Must be in the hock for the rest of the year. It's a big spender, you know.
Uh-huh. Would you happen to know if the boy is there now?
Oh, I get it. Hey, you guys told me it's a trick, do you? You didn't know about the kid, now you want to peddle a book for him, huh?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Well, I don't mind helping you out. No, the boy don't live with Joe steady, but I see him out in the street playing 2-3 times a week.
Thanks very much, sir.
Hey, that's a fast. Thought you wanted to sell me something.
Here, have these on the company. Hey, son, come here a minute. You know a boy named Timmy Danzig?
Oh, you mean Timmy Bass. Everybody calls him Danzig, but that ain't his real name.
Oh, he around today?
Yeah, right over there across the street.
Thanks, son. Hello, son. Are you Timmy Bass?
Yes, sir.
I'm a friend of Joe Danzig's, Timmy. I'd like to talk to you if I could. It's all right, son. I just want to ask you a question. You live here in the neighborhood with Joe? Don't be afraid, Timmy. Hey, I tell you what. How about going down the street and we'll have an ice cream soda? How's that sound?
Eye Pockets. You live around here?
Why?
It's my nickel. You come up with the first answer. You make your home around here?
Just visiting.
That kid back there, he's only 8 years old. Now, what could he tell you a big man like you don't already know?
You know his father?
You keep doing that, don't you? I ask you, then you ask me. Well, this time I ain't asking. I'm going to tell. Now, there's two things we don't like around this part of town. Strangers talking to kids.
What's the other one?
You. I'd remember this alley if I was you, Eye Pockets. You almost died here.
That's it. We ran out of time. The boss is holding his press conference in 15 minutes.
Well, now that we know about the boy, can't we hold off a little longer?
No sale. And I have to go alone. The DA says it's not definite that it was the boy that we were looking for. Maybe he was the witness, maybe not. We can't play at Sherlock Holmes. Get him in here. Shannon's all right, huh?
Yeah, he's got a few aches and pains he can't find yet, but he's okay.
All right, in here.
Mind if we sit down?
You won't be here that long.
Mr. Danzig expects every courtesy from this office, Bonacorsi. You...
Cut the summation, Christo. Danzig was asked here to be told that this office has decided to ask for a dismissal of the indictment against him.
What's that?
Your reception's good. The district attorney's not prosecuting this case.
You mean I'm not going to trial right away?
That's it, Danzig.
Now, you listen to me. I got rights. I'm entitled to a fast trial. It says so right in the Constitution.
Is that right? How would you know? You never got past the Fifth Amendment.
Fine country, ain't it? Man wants to go to court to clear his name. Cheap shasters like you won't let him.
You'll get your chance, Danzig. But when we get there, let's both have a case. Let's have a meet. Quick.
I was afraid we couldn't make it go with that time limit.
Unless I'm wrong, things will really start to fester now. Shannon, we got to stay on top of this every minute from here on in.
There's no question that you and Al had it pegged right. They were in deep shock when they got the word.
That little boy's in real trouble if we are right.
We checked it out. He goes to school near Stuyvesant town. We got his home address. He lives with his mother, Ina Bass. Now, Danzig's pretty fond of the boy. But if he knows about the murder, I think he'll forget he ever knew him.
That punk Willie B. didn't dry clean me just because I was talking to the boy. It all adds now.
You're a little too armed to be doing this all by yourself. We'll keep you inside the rest of the way.
You want me to knock on Ina Bass's door?
Right away. That magazine dodge will do.
Yeah. It's been so lucky for me up to now.
I don't see what all the trouble's about.
The indictment was dismissed, Ina.
Well, Joe gets off, so what's the difference now?
Will you put it in small words for her, George?
Ina, a dismissal means they can always get another indictment. If we'd gone to trial and gotten Joe off on self-defense, they could never touch him again. But this way, we'd have to hide the boy out indefinitely. And if he ever talked, Joe would go to the chair.
But he won't say anything. Didn't he promise you, Joe? He won't say a word. You know Timmy keeps his promises and always does what he's told.
It won't wash.
No. I'm not going to let you do anything to Timmy. Joe, you're not going to touch him.
Ina. Joe has no choice. He loves the boy. He's proven that. This is just as hard for him as it is for you.
What? Timmy's my boy, not Joe's. His father trusted him, told him to take care of the boy. Joe had no right to do anything while that child was in his house. He loves him. You turn my stomach. He loves him so much that he's going to kill him. That's how he loves him.
Hold it down, Ina. You're going to have everybody in the building in here.
All right. But I'll tell you what you're going to do, all of you. Timmy will be home from school in a few minutes. And you're going to get out of here. All of you. And you're not going to touch him. None of you. Understand?
You're not thinking good, Ina.
What kind of a man are you, Joe, that you'd harm that innocent child? You'll burn in hell for such thoughts. Now, that's the end of it. There's nothing more to say.
I'm with you, Ina. Now, why don't you just be a good girl and sit down here until the kid comes home? Then we'll talk about it again, huh? Someplace out of town.
Answer it, Ina. Like you do every day.
You behave yourself, Ina. When Timmy comes home, he's going to want to see his mama standing up.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from the Research Bureau. We're conducting a survey.
Yes?
Do you have any children?
Yes, a son.
Of school age?
Yes, he's in the 3rd grade.
Are you satisfied with the education he receives in school?
I guess so.
Is your son at home?
No.
I wonder if I might come in and talk with you.
Well, you're really on the move, ain't you, High Pockets? Now, you tell us about that Research Bureau. Come on. Talk about yourself before I scatter you all around this room.
At this range, you could do it.
Shannon must be ready to leave.
What are you, the referee?
Maybe we can accommodate you in that trial now.
I don't see how, unless you're trying assault and flattery cases.
Go ahead, George. Call me a liar.
Who are you, fella?
I'm with the Research Bureau.
What happened here?
I was just talking to that lady, and one of these guys lowered a boom on me.
Is that right, Mrs. Bass?
Yes. I never saw him before today.
I see. Research Bureau, huh?
Yeah, we make these kind of surveys all the time. Usually don't have to fight my way out, though.
What's this survey of yours all about?
Education in New York City.
Well, you can tell that outfit of yours they're doing a good job. People are getting smarter all the time.
Third job in 2 months. $500,000 in jewels.
How'd they handle this one?
Same as the first two. Someone inside opened the door. They found the wall safe, cleaned it out.
Got anything to go on?
A girl by the name of Nancy Ward.
What have you got on her?
The jobs are identical. Pulled off at private parties.
So?
She's the only guest that attended all three.
Where do you want me to start?
With Nancy Ward. And watch yourself.
You sound worried.
I am. They tell me she's one of the most beautiful girls in New York.
Step number 1. Late that afternoon, Special Investigator Shannon left his apartment and walked to a nearby restaurant. There he met with a longtime acquaintance.
Well, Nancy and I used to model together. Nothing recently, though. I haven't seen her in about a year. That was when Big Daddy took her away in his gold chariot.
Who's Big Daddy?
Randolph Martin, oldest of the old families. He could use Fort Knox as a piggy bank.
How about Nancy?
Step number 1. At approximately 9 o'clock on the evening of October 23rd, year not specified, a black sedan pulled up in front of 237 Baker Street. A one-time attorney, George Christo, entered the premises. At about the same time, a second automobile arrived. This one driven by a man known as Willie B.
Where's Joe?
Don't know. Just got here.
Give me a minute, huh? Be right there.
Yeah, Joe.
Timmy, I know your ma's always told you to tell the truth, but you wouldn't want me to get hurt, would you?
Was you a bad man, Uncle Joe?
Yeah, real bad. So let's make a deal. We don't say nothing to nobody about this, okay?
They wouldn't hurt you for killing a bad man, would they?
Sometimes they don't give you a chance to tell them. So you and me, we say nothing.
To nobody.
All right, Joe, we're here.
You come quick, too.